Good day, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino beer review today. Of the Rhino, and we're looking at a beer from Vancouver, British Columbia, from Container Brewing Company. And what I'm going to say is this beer is 5.2% alcohol by volume, and on top of that, it was canned on January 16th of 2024. So this beer coming from British Columbia is still fresher than a lot of beer I get here locally in Regina, right at the source. Yeah, I'm going to keep making fun of that. I mean, when you get like an 18-month-old beer, a 14-month-old beer, a 12-month-old beer, and a 10-month-old beer, all from the source, you're going to make fun of it for a while. Especially when you paid full price for all of them. This is Three-Legged Mare. And again, 5.2% alcohol by volume. It is an English brown ale. Y'all know I like my English brown ales, so I'm excited about this. I'm not a huge... I have a second beer from Container, and its label is completely different than this. So I'm not a huge fan of that aspect of it. Because, again, I like the more subtle labels, but I'm going to say it's a really nice label. It did attract my eyes on the shelf. It did. It attracted my eyes on the shelf like my wife's buttocks attract me when she walks by. That is nice. Oh, yeah. There is a snap, crackle, pop. The head is mocha. It's making large tunnels. The beer, look at that. That's more like a deep amber to a ruby red. So not quite what I expected out of an English brown, but at the same time, kind of what I expected out of an English brown. It's a couple SRM lower than the average English brown ale. So, I mean, I have no problem with that. I mean, it looks brown as it pours. It just looks ruby red once you get it up into that light, or, like I said, a deep amber type of hue. So we got to give her a sniff. I'm going to start with the glass this time, even though there's a lot of head. We probably won't get much, but there's a nice big cavern happening in here, so... Okay, that's odd. There is a beautiful roastiness to it, and there is a beautiful caramel note to it, but I'm also getting almost a, like, plasticine type of smell out of it. Out of the can. Okay, never mind. It's probably the water I just rinsed my glass with, because that's different. That, or it's the head is giving that, like, plasticine type of scent. Yeah, caramel, a robust roastiness, a little bit of earthiness, and almost a cherry note in there. Try the glass again now. Some of the head's faded down. Yeah, I'm not... Yeah. Okay. Slanche, let's go. Oh, that is good. Okay. Might not be a fan of the smell out of the glass, but that's a solid damn beer. It's a solid beer. That's for a brown ale, that is quite on par with where I think it should be. I mean, realistically, there's a nuttiness to it. There is a caramel note. There's a biscuity note. There's a very earthy, dirty mud pie-like finish. And a little bit of molasses, too. I mean, this is a solid English... This is what I've been looking... You know, we talk about Irish... We talked about Irish Reds in the last... in the first because I don't know when this is going to go up, but in the first interview with the Rhino episode, another style to talk about is English browns and nut browns versus like the American browns and everything else that are out there. This is quintessential of an English pub ale. This is excellent. It even has a little bit of that coppery note to it. Really impressed with this. This is, and again, it's one of those beers that's not exciting. It's an English brown ale. Who gets excited about an English? Well, I do, but an English brown ale isn't an exciting beer per se. This is a good beer. Creamy, medium bodied. Excuse me, lower carbonation. And it drinks so well. It's 5.2% alcohol. That's an 8 out of 10. That's a solid, very good, top-notch beer. Thank you, guys. Container Brewing out of Vancouver. Bye-bye.